This is Leigh Gases bringing you another episode of Beyond the Game on Marianas Press. Today we welcome 5 representatives out of the 10 sports that are representing the CNMI in the upcoming Pacific Mini Games in Palau. Thank you for being here. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, Anthony Salas, baseball.
James Kintol, NMI baseball manager.
Rondelle Apostol, indoor volleyball.
Katriel Saures, women's indoor volleyball.
Antonette Labausa, weightlifting.
Theodore Rodgers, track and field.
I'm Terra Allen. I'm representing for triathlon.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Tony, so you guys have been practicing. How's the team looking right now?
Looking good. We practice 5 days a week, so we're really on the grind. So it's been fun. Still a lot to get done before we go, but practicing hard. Yeah.
Well, you were with the team as a coach. What can you say about their chemistry right now?
It's good. It's a young staff. I think for the most part, it's their first time on the national team as a coaching staff. So it's interesting, and it'll be fun. It's a fun coaching group. Yeah.
Awesome. So for preparations, how often do you guys do your practices? Where do you guys do it at?
So we practice 5 days a week. Mondays and Tuesdays usually on the big field here at Tanko. And then Wednesdays we go to the batting cage. Thursdays we're at the small field, the Tangier field. So we're on the field, and then with weather, we're at the track or we're at Peace Park doing conditioning. So pretty busy with practice for sure.
Nice. So there's an ongoing league, the Cycling Baseball League. Your crew is all separated into different. So how is that preparing the team to?
It's good. I think it brings a competitive nature, out of all of us, because during the league we're all apart, right? So it's nice to challenge each other, and then you can talk a little smack at practice, so it's fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Mr. J. Hi. So you guys are the defending champions. I know NMI brought home the gold in the last time that we had the mini games here at home. With that, how are you guys trying to beat the pressure, if any, to defend that title, especially if it's it's a Palau with another powerhouse team, right? And they're hosting it. So how is that?
For sure, the 22 team set the bar high for us, but we are open to the challenge. I know with what we're doing leading up to the games, the practices, the time spent with each other, I believe our preparation is going to put us in a good spot to defend that gold medal. Right? I believe even with Guam and Palau, Saipan is still going to be one of the top teams up there as well, especially since we're defending the gold.
Okay, so can you just talk a little bit about your team dynamic? You guys have a relatively new roster. Could you just talk about how did that decision come into that? Is there any other off-island athletes in that team?
So we do have a mix of guys. We have the younger group, and then we also have an older group. 2 of the guys actually on that team were back in the 2006 team. So a part of the selection was to include their experience. We only had 1 year to prep for the games this year, so I needed that leading up to the selection. On top of that, we do have a mix of younger guys as well. And then we also have a middle of the pack guys who I believe have both experience and youth. And I believe that's a big plus, again, leading up to the games. So it's exciting. The mesh between the guys is it's good. The gel, the months that we spent together, the past few months of practices, definitely a plus. It's always tricky when you're going to get 20 guys, put them in one team, especially coming from different teams. But again, between the experience of the older guys, the younger guys just wanting to learn more, and then the middle of the pack guys, with a little bit of both experience and youth, definitely puts us in a good spot.
Nice, thank you. So what's the mindset of the whole team going into this?
So again, we are the defending champs, right? But at the end of the day, we can't take these other teams for granted. With Palau and Guam, seeing a little bit of what they have online, I just saw a clip of Team Palau. Apparently they're in Taiwan. I don't know if it's right now or yeah. But to see that them prepping, in that fashion, really puts a sense of urgency for us to want to perform as well down in Palau. Haven't seen too much on Guam, but we do know that they are in the cup, ready to play.
Awesome, thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Hi, Rondelle.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. So you are a new athlete.
Yes, I am.
First time on the big stage for
Yes.
you. What does that mean to you to represent NMI?
Oh, well, it's a little bit like nerve-wracking knowing that I'll be like competing with like even higher level of athletes, but it's definitely also exciting for me knowing that I'll be able to go out there and experience something new that I never really gotten to experience in general, because I've only been in like local tournaments, and although like our local tournaments are very competitive, I think it'll be definitely like a new perspective being out there besides just being in the island. Yeah.
So for your team, the boys team, how's everybody feeling? How's the chemistry going on?
Right now, well, I think some of us are, well, volleyball is new. I haven't really heard that like indoor volleyball, so it's definitely like something new for all of us, or well, mostly towards the younger players. For the adults, they're sharing their perspective on how it's like when they did competed back for indoor. So yeah, they're really helping us and grow into that atmosphere of challenge and really preparing us for whatever there is to come. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Yes. Hi, Kat. So I know you're a more seasoned volleyball player. So how is the team coming together as well for the women's?
We did just finalize our roster early this May, so we're definitely putting a lot of work into preparations, getting that chemistry together. We are familiar with one another due to school competitions, island-wide competitions, so that helps, but it's still a work in progress and something we're committed to achieving.
Nice. So, but with volleyball itself, it hasn't been on the international stage for some time. So, with it making a comeback, like, how does it feel, especially with the new generation coming up to compete for NMI?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure. I believe the last time we sent an indoor volleyball team for women was early 2000s. So yes, a lot of pressure, but we are very excited, and we hope to bring a lot of lessons and skills that we learned back home, and to really show that there are opportunities for us to compete at this regional level, and especially that we have a lot of youth coming with us. There is a requirement that half of our team, so 5 of us, has to be 17 and under. So they do have a direct role in our regional competitions, and yeah, we hope that it really improves the level of competition in our community, and of course the love for the sport.
Nice. So thank you. But so you did mention that you guys have like an age requirement, right?
Yes.
So how did that factor into choosing your team, especially that there's no like consistent tournaments in Saipan, right? So how did that factor in?
Yeah, so that really stressed out our coaches who had to make those difficult decisions. In volleyball, there's so many specific positions like setter, outside hitter, all these things, and so of course when you pick a setter from this age group, then you take away opportunities for the younger ones, and so our coaches really had to navigate that, but I really trust that they made strategic decisions, and yeah.
Thank you. Antonette,
Yes.
thank you for joining us. So you're a veteran athlete, and you were also the flag bearer for our previous games, the micro games. What can you say about the team so far? How's everybody doing?
Our team so far, I mean, we have a few veterans that have been lifting for a long time, since the 2018 Micronesian Games, even some in the 2022 mini games where we really did well as a team. And then we have like a mix of new people. There's a couple new people on the team, so very very rich of veterans, and then we have 2 new people that have yet to see what the big stage looks like.
Yeah, so the mini games, you guys did pretty well individually. You guys racked up a lot of medals. What are your podium expectations for like the team that's going out this time?
Well, some time has passed, so it's definitely interesting to see. They email this start list, right? So you get to see who's in your weight class and kind of guess like where your competition's at. And this is definitely a very high level of competition. We are looking to see a lot of powerhouses from Samoa, New Zealand, Australia, Fiji. I mean, some of these people I've also trained with a while back in 2019. So I definitely know that this is a very high level games this time around. But with that said, looking at the list, I do see some opportunity for a few medals, given that the people that have that opportunity do their best and just focus on themselves and make their lists.
Awesome, thank you. So how about off-island athletes? Are there anybody that's competing there again, like that can help out the team?
Yeah, so we have Leo Cristobal, who is in the military, so he is our off-island athlete, as well as Joey Colisao. Well, he's not off-island, but he's based out of Tinian, so it's nice to include other islands as well. But he's also a veteran. He's been to the Pacific Games in Solomon. So yeah, just those 2 for off-island athletes, but it's definitely nice to see them come by when they have time for vacation or maybe just a weekend getaway. We've seen Joey a couple times within the few months, and then Leo also visited, and it's nice to train with them. Gives a really positive and fun atmosphere because we know each other, and whenever we get to see them, it's always fun.
Awesome, thank you. And then how's the preparation, like how's your training going? How often do you guys do it for those that are here in Saipan?
So we train 4 times a week. It's definitely not an easy training. We're trying to maximize our work capacity within 4 days, because a lot of our athletes, I mean everybody here, are full-time workers, right? They got families, other obligations, right? So we all understand that. So we try to find a balance, but we also try to do it within those 4 days where we are training hard, but still able to recover, right? Because that's important. But yeah, I mean, we still have to push. That's our daily life definitely plays a factor, and just taking that into consideration with our training. So.
Nice. So lastly is how's the interest in the sport for the youth with you guys? Can you talk about like what are the age ranges of your team? Are there more youth? And then how do you guys factor that into?
So we started out with a few youth, but moving forward to today, we have 1 youth. We have Jaden Andrew. He's our youth athlete, and then our new face is also Divine Pua. She's not youth though, she's in the senior. But everybody else is a veteran. Riella Ichuo, Angel St. Nicholas, Leo Cristobal, Joey Colisao, and Jason Limis. Yeah, so the team selection, it was open to the public of whoever was interested, and then whoever could meet the team eligibility, which means like training, coming to training, and dedicating their time and showing good work ethic, played all into that.
Awesome, thank you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Hi Theo, welcome. So in the sport of athletics, how are you guys training for that, and how's everybody coming along?
Right now we are doing trainings for the most part on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Last week we did have a whole entire week of training except Sunday as our rest day, and Yeah, so we're waking up at like 5 in the morning to hit the track at 5:30 and then usually ending around by 8.
How are you guys feeling about your training block and like less than a month left into the games?
Our coach, Congressman Rangamar, has made a set training list for each of the athletes, so it keeps us in track with an 8-week program with weights and training and recovery with that.
Nice. So what are you competing in specifically?
I'll be competing in the 100 and the 200 meters.
Nice. What's your goal there?
I'd love to be able to make it to the semifinals and hopefully go further on, and I'd love just to be able to beat some of the people that have beat me in the past.
Great. That was always like top of the mind. So, athletics is pretty big and all over the world. With this specifically mini games, what do you expect from the level of competition? I know you competed as well last time when it was held here, right? Yeah, so what do you expect this time around again?
I expect a pretty high level competition since we're coming off an Olympic year also. There's a few upcoming athletes that are really prevalent from Australia. I don't know if they'll be coming yet, but I do expect a high level of competition coming from the region.
Nice. For you specifically, what are you looking forward to when you get down there in Palau? Besides, the competition, the games?
Since I've been able to go to multiple competitions off island, I'm looking forward to seeing the athletes I've made friends with and just catching up with them, and yeah.
With that, like you've competed all over for the CNMI, what does it mean to you to be able to do so and continuously represent CNMI on this stage?
Yeah, it means a lot to me because even though I don't look at it, I am Chamorro, and I just love representing my home and everything, and it just means a lot.
Awesome, thank you, best of luck. Hi, Ms. Terra. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, with triathlon, how is the team coming along? I mean, could you speak for the women's and the men's?
Sure, yeah. So there's 6 of us, 3 women, 3 men. We have 3 youth athletes on our team. We actually have 3 athletes that are full-time swimmers, so they train quite frequently in that sport. It's unique that we have 3 sports that we're training at once. So we try to get together once a week to have a group training, and then we have a training schedule that we follow depending on our skills and our strengths, what we need. So the swimmers, they swim quite frequently, so they don't do as much of the swim training with the team. So we split up a little bit for our training and get together once a week for the team one. Yeah.
Nice. So when was the final cut for the roster made?
The final cut was made after the 3rd trial in April. It was early April when we had to commit to the team. Yeah. And there was some athletes that didn't want to do it, and then we did have a youth component, so we had to have a youth on both of our men's and women's teams.
So there's no off-island athletes for your team?
There's no off-island athletes.
Nice. Well, you guys do have the youth, so what could you say about, I guess it's a balance of seasoned athletes and the youth. How are you guys building the chemistry for that?
Yeah, we're working together. Some of our athletes have done more triathlons than others. It's new for most of us. And so we've had some clinics and some help from the community. The triathlon association has been really helpful. They have a new board, and so we've had actually former athletes that competed last games have been really helping us as well. So we've had a lot of community support for coaching.
Nice. So how are you guys preparing for the games? What's you guys training like, and where?
We try to do a block training together. So today we had a bike run So we try to do like the distance for the sprint. So a sprint triathlon is a 750-meter swim, and then a 20-kilometer bike, and then a 5K run. So today we did about a 20K bike and a 5K run together. But we usually do a swim once or twice a week as well. Next weekend we do, I think this is our second time trial, but we did one after our 3 time trials, just together as a team, where you do the whole thing. And then next weekend we do it again with the community as a fundraiser. So we'll see how it goes.
Nice with that. So what do you think the chances of podium finish for either of the team?
I think we have chances for someone on our women's and men's team to get on the podium for sure. Yeah.
What do you expect from the level of competition down there?
Just with the sport, it's such a sport that, brings commitment and experience. I think that it will be a high-level competition. I'm new to triathlon, so I'm usually like more the running side, so I'm sure it's going to be eye-opening for me to see new competition in there. Yeah.
Nice. So with that, how does it feel for you to represent NMI on the stage?
I'm super excited. It's my first time. I've lived here for 16 years, and I'm just excited to be representing. Yeah, it's an honor. Yeah, we got our uniforms, and they're really, really cool. Yeah, to say my name and then NMI on it. I'm just very excited to represent. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. One last thing is, how are you guys preparing for like a different environment in Palau? I mean, you guys are so used to preparing here, but it's totally different there. So how are you guys preparing for that?
That's a great question. Well, the ocean has been great. We can go to different spots and try to recreate the course. And then we've used Google Maps, so we've kind of seen it. We have one of our coaches, has been there before and has shown me the course. We know that it's flat. We know where it's at, so we have kind of an idea of it. But then we plan to test it out when we get there, make sure that we have some experience in the water and on the biking course too, so that we're ready. But I think we're lucky that, we live on an island that's very similar, so the conditions are somewhat similar, what we're going to be seeing there. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for your time. Best of luck to each one of you. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode of Beyond the Game with Leigh Gases on Marianas Press, and best of luck to Team Marianas. Thank you.